Hi, this is Adam Kunzmiller with Board Game Geek at Gen Con 2017. I'm joined by Zev Slashinger with WizKids, and we're here to talk about Wartime. So what is Wartime?
Okay, Wartime is a two-player game with no turns.
Okay.
All right. Excuse me, I don't have a board with me. The board is currently at the demo table, so just assume there's a hex grid here, and there are tiles, terrain tiles, you can place on there. But just to show you the game comes with sand timers. There are 30-second, 60-second, and 90-second sand timers that the players use within the game. We have currently the Firebrand has a 90-second here, and the Valiants have a 90-second here. We'll use these 30 seconds just to show off the thing, but these blue ones are actually used when casting spells.
Okay.
So you can cast spells in this game. So as we said, there are no turns. So when you go ready, set, go, everybody just moves. You have speed value is in green. That tells you how many movement, how many hexes you can move. The numbers on the bottom are ranges and damage you do at those ranges. So, for example, the Knight can do 3 damage on the first one range away, 3 damage set 2 ranges away, but cannot do any damage range 3 or 4.
Okay. And they can move 4.
And they can, and they can move 4. So when it is the Knight's turn, we can go just as quickly. Let's say I want to move into position. I go 1, 2. I flip the timer, and now that Knight it's engaged. It can't do anything.
Stuck there. For
it's
that
stuck
long.
there exactly. It's stuck for 90 seconds. I cannot use this unit again, and I can't use this timer again. So, but as soon as this timer drains, I can reactivate the Knight anytime I want, and if I have another available timer. So let's assume the 90-second drain. And I have a 30-second available, I can just say, you know what? Knight goes 1, does 3 damage, so I do an attack. I take 3 units here, and I flip this timer. So now I got a 30-second timer working on the Knight. So as you can see, a move costs an action, and a combat costs an action. And there are some special abilities. For example, the Knight has a charge ability, which means I can move up to its value here, and I can do 2 damage if I end up adjacent to the enemy unit. So that's one of the things where I can do 2 actions in a way with 1 sand timer. But usually it's move, sand timer. If I want to attack, that's sand timer.
So at the start of the game, they already have kind of laid out a formation of troops?
Correct.
And then we're like ready, set, go, and then we start
Exactly.
going
So
around.
everything's already set up. There are, I believe, 5 missions in the game that branch depending on who wins. So we have the first scenario. So we have a quick start scenario. Then we have a first scenario. If the Valiance wins, you branch to this mission. If the Firebrand wins, you branch to another mission, and then so on and so forth. And then at the end, we have 2 extra missions. One introduces a necromancer and a zombie army, and a last mission can actually be played with 3 players, where one is the Valiance, one is the Firebrand, and another plays a black dragon.
Okay.
And you're trying to fight like a 3-way battle here. By the way, and that comes off the board because I killed the units. So even if you were to do a couple points of damage, let's say you do 2 from the Knight is still going to do its full strength of damage. You have to get rid of all the tokens to remove the weight of the creature. Also in the game, you may, depending on the mission, you may have cards that you can use. So you can see we have standard action cards. We have heroic action cards if you have a hero in the army. And if you have a wizard or shaman, you can now cast spells. So once you cast a spell, this is where the blue timers come in. You would do this, and then you cannot cast another spell until that timer drains. And again, you're not waiting for the opponent. You're doing your thing.
Waiting for your timers.
You're waiting for your timers, exactly. So a mission or a game usually lasts between 8 and 10 minutes.
And there's nothing you would do that would be like an interruption or a reaction to somebody else.
No.
You're just doing your thing.
Exactly.
And trying to execute faster and better than the other
Exactly,
players.
right. So the only thing you can do is, let's say you know the Knight's going to attack. If this sand can drain before the Knight can make its move, knowing it's going to attack, and let's say I go, Knight, I'm going to attack, but in the meantime you say, Orc moves here, and then my Knight was like, oh my god, I missed you. That's how you can, that would be the only way to interact, to interrupt, sort of.
Right.
There's
you can
also
kind of see what people are telegraphing.
Exactly, because you can look at the
the
sand and go, oh, that Knight's going to move. All right, come on, drain. Come on, sand timer, drain, so I can move my orc.
So
out
how
of the way.
many units would be on the board at the start of a game typically?
In the beginning, I believe there's about 3 to 4 units in a side, and then it grows to about 6 or 7. But usually you start out with the 30-second and 60-second timers, and then later you add also the 90 seconds. So you'll have 4 sand timers that you'll be working with.
So each player will have 4 sand timers.
And then at the worst it'll be 5 because they'll also have a spell one. So at most you'll have 5, one of which is just for spells.
All right.
You'll also notice terrains, just to show you. We have hills, thickets, woods,
yeah, I see here
rivers.
That this is blocking line of sight. So line of sight is a thing in this system.
Line of sight, yes. But how it works, just to let you know, so assuming, again, a hex grid. So this would be 2 X's away. Let's assume this was here. So normally you'd be able to do 3, but because this blocks line of sight, you cannot attack. So you have to count line of sight around it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 3 hexes away. Oh, well, my knight can't do any damage at 3.
I like that. So at no point are you trying to be like, well, I can draw a line from here to here.
Exactly.
You don't have to do any of that stuff.
Exactly. You don't have to do that.
And are these just other potential factions? Or what's going on with these?
The Valiance is the good guys. The Firebrand is the bad guys. This is I believe the Druid is also involved with the Necromancer for good guy, bad guy. And then the creature card is when you have the Black Dragon.
Sure.
So you'll see some Black Dragon creature cards here. So yeah, you have a Druid in there and a Necromancer here. We have also 2-minute, 10-minute timers. They're used scenario-based to indicate the end of the game.
And you were mentioning earlier that this is really a system that you've built that you can add on to. It's not just...
Yes, we're hoping that obviously it's successful. Not only can you build on the existing, this is called the Battle of Valyance Vale. You can apply this to almost any kind of battling thing.
Sure.
Sci-fi, World War II, or whatnot. So we're hoping people really get intrigued by the sand timer.
Very cool. And how long would a typical game last?
It's 8 to 10 minutes, usually.
Oh, very fast.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Well, thank you again, Zev, and that was Wartime.